Hi guys, this is a big toe on the walk of life. I just got my Watabo heater. I just got it in, I'm doing a test on it. This is definitely not the way you should hook it up. If you were going to hook it up, don't do it this way. Anyway, I just got it on a piece of plywood here. I'm doing this just for testing purposes. Everything seems to work alright. I got it set for 21 degrees C. I don't know what that is. I think it's like 70 or something. But this one here came with a rheostat and the timer. So I don't know whether that works, but I got the timer. I got the rheostat turned all the way up. Got my fuel pump in there, and as you can see here, that must be the glow plug. I don't know if you could see the steam coming out, but there's steam coming out, but there's no gas in the line yet. So you can see, I just hooked up this little bottle of gas. It's like 7 ounces of gas in there. And I guess this process takes about 3 or 4 times. It's coming up here, and then I actually do smell gas. Anyway, it comes up to there. I separated those as much as I can. We're going to do some measurements on this. But here's the unit itself. Now this unit should be mounted to the bed of the truck, which means if you have a floor, if you have a floor and my floor is going to be 2 inches high, I'm going to have to do something here to cut this out so I can come above the floor. So this has to be installed before any flooring goes in if you're going to put a higher floor in. Uh-oh. See, I got an HO2, and I think that's just no gas. I'm going to just let it do its thing. Might just be purging. If it shuts off, I'll turn it back on again. But you're supposed to go through this test period about 3 or 4 times. I think I have all the gas lines tight. I don't see any gas going up there, but it does take a long time. So I am going to go get some testers, and we'll see how much amperage this is drawing and what voltage it's at. Well, this thing is trying again, and it's drawing about 8 amps, 8.5 amps. So that's the maximum so far. So I don't know the voltage on the batteries. I'll measure that now. Okay, I'm at 12 volts DC. I am getting some warmth out of here. It's getting pretty warm. And it does smell a little bit. But it seems to be running good, and I just cranked it on. I really did little. So it's 12 volts at 3 amps now. So it went up to, say, 8 amps. It went from 8 amps to 3 amps, and it seems to be cranking right along. And there's the line right there at the little barbecue thing. We'll see how much it goes down. So this is it. This is the suction side. Oh, and it sucks pretty good. And it blows pretty good here. You know, everybody's saying, oh, it's hot here, this and that. It is warm, I can smell it too. It does smell. I'm sure that's just a burn-off period. I'm gonna go with the infrared camera and we'll check out how that is. I'm at 3.5 amps. Here we are, we're back again. Here's our, let's hit it straight on. It's about 200 amp, or 200, it's about 270 degrees. I mean, that's right at the metal. You know, you can't really measure air. Make sure it's in focus. Okay, it's about 240. But let's see what this is here. This is what I'm concerned with. Alright, we're up past 200 degrees. But it's not really that hot. It is right up there. I want to see how hot it is. I'm hoping you can see that. Let it calibrate. And it's probably around 200 degrees there too. So you're talking about 200 degrees as far as I can tell with this. With just my camera here. Say it's 200, even if it's 250 degrees, it'll probably get hotter. It's cold outside, as you can tell here. It's anywhere, it's about 20 degrees out actually. But as I'm looking at this right here, it has gone up to almost 200. It has gone up to 200 degrees. So I would say that's running at 200 degrees. And it is kind of noisy, the muffler part. I don't know. I'll definitely have to get that silencer on there. $230 degrees it went up to. Well guys, it's been about an hour and I don't know if you can see it, but the gas is almost out of this. It might be too, you have to realize it's kind of dark. I don't have a studio set up or anything, but there it is. Whatever that was, it was originally it was filled up to the top red line, and this is almost done. It's 1 hour. Well, I didn't get it on film, but it just gently went to sleep, turned off. Fuel pump's kicking on again. It looks like the glow plug is on because it jumped up to about 8 or 9 amps. All right. So, and I think it's trying to fire again. What's nice about this? It'll clean out the line. It worked flawlessly. It just worked flawlessly. I just want to see what it's going to do now. This is like the third time it's trying to kick on. And it's drawing, I hope you can see it. It's drawing 9 amps. 10 amps. HO3 error. HO3 error. That's low fuel. Now it's just, now I think it's just, now it's about 4.5 amps, close to 5 amps. But let's see what it does. Let's see what it does. There is virtually no gasoline left in there. There's, I can't imagine how much is left in there. Oh, and this thing is blinking. That thing's blinking. So it has no more fuel, and it's just running about 4 amps, 4.5 amps. Everything looks good here. Okay, now it's starting to slow down a little bit. It just turned off. Just turned off. I don't know if you can see it. 16, 12 amps. Wonder why it's drawing so many amps. Yeah, let's see what it does now. The glow plug is started again. Smell a little bit of raw gas. Could be a glow plug burning off though too. That's gas. The glow plug must still be going. This is all because of a low gas condition, running out of fuel. There it is. A webasto. These are the test parameters for the webasto heater that I used. The garage door was 4 feet away from the unit. Itself was 7 degrees when I started. The air temperature was 17 degrees and there really wasn't that much wind. The unit used 10 ounces of gasoline for an hour. It was set on normal heat, continuous normal heat. There is a high heat function there. I don't know, what it is. The unit was completely outdoors in 17-degree weather, and it's roughly, I should give you an accurate measurement. It's roughly about 16 inches by 5 inches by 5 inches, something like that. But it's like a loaf of bread. It ran non-stop for 1 hour. I filled up a little thing of gas, set it up. It ran for 1 hour, and then I let it extinguish, and it just it gently went to sleep. You know, it did a couple ignition cycles. When it found out it didn't have anything, it just turned off. It was really nice. The head of the unit itself has a little metal part inside there, and that gets almost up to 300 degrees. It was at, I think it was at 360 degrees or something, the inside metal. The outside container was at like 150 degrees. So even that little bit of plastic containment and insulation, that only got to about 150, but it was blowing out air that was, you know, in the range of 300 degrees. At least that was the metal plate the air was blowing against. That's how the temperature that was. The exhaust pipe got to about 250 degrees. Now you have to realize, like I said, this unit is being run outside in 17 degree air. So it's sucking in 17 degree air going through the combustion chamber. And I think that actually cools things down. It's going to cool everything down. So the actual temperature measurements are probably higher than this. But these are good ones to go by, I guess, you know, because it'd be in the winter when you're heating. So you would be sucking the cold air. I just wanted to touch on that. So the exhaust pipe connection part got to about 200 degrees. So that's at the connection. I definitely, when I do put this in the truck, I definitely will put some type of muffler sealant around that whole area there and tighten everything down to make sure that that doesn't leak, because that part leaking back up towards the vehicle could create a little pocket where it could come up through there. So that really should be sealed, I think. And I'm going to use some muffler sealer, and maybe I'll use some ceramic fiber around it to cool it down. So the power source I had was a single battery. During the whole hour, it only fluctuated from 12 volts to 11.9 volts. At one part, it peaked out at 16 amps for like a split second, and then it went back into the preheat mode. That preheat on the glow plug, it draws anywhere between 8 to 10 amps. It seems like it starts off at 10 amps and then it goes to 8 amps, and then the blower kicks on and drops down to 4 amps. So the thing runs at 120 watts for approximately 1 to 2 minutes, and then that will drop down to 40 to 50 watts, and it'll run continuous at 40 to 50 watts and give you a blast out your thing. And I am blown away by this unit. I turned it on, and it worked until it ran out of gas and turned off, and it had all these safety conditions and everything, and it just went together. Like I said, put it together, push the button. I didn't even touch any settings. Push the button and let it go. So, all in all, that's my review. I hope it's helpful to other people.